Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a Patreon cast between Zest and Dark here on Jagannatha from Asus Rogue. Top right, it is Zest, our blue Protoss player, and in the bottom left here, it is Dark. Man, I like Dark. He is an excellent Zerg player. It is Korea versus Korea here today on Jagannatha. If you're watching this, the week of October the 7th. Thank you very much for supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of my patrons. Alright, and if you're watching this in the month of November, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft 2 content and a hatch block from Zest. Dark says, okay, fine. I don't have 300 minerals anyway, and now I do. Cha-ching! Timed that well. Hatch blocking with Protoss has become so common that the drone leaves to make the hatch with just enough time for there to be 300 minerals when he gets here, but not here. That is meta-defining. Looks like a 1-Rax expand, walling in on the low ground here from Zest. Alright, man, what is Dark up to here? Well, it's getting a spawning pool. On the other side, a Cyber Core is coming in from Zest. Terry the Overlord scouting out. What up, Terry? How you doing? Yes, indeed, Terry. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, sir. And the other side, second gas, second pylon. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's down here. Okay. So he's trying, I guess, trying to hide the Stargate, but this Overlord pattern seems to be at a position where he's going to see it. I don't know if this is something that Zest likes to do on this map, and Dark is aware of that, and so he's scouting here first rather than going up this way. But it totally works out. He sees the Stargate, he heads out. No biggie. There's an Adept on the way. Can't deal with Terry the Overlord anyway, and there you go. That third base going to pop here, no problem. That was actually early. He got that third base pretty fast. That's something that Rogue likes to do, but Dark also likes to do it. Sometimes these Koreans are going to have pretty similar play styles. Same as the Europeans, I suppose. But, yeah. I mean, at this point, that is a pretty darn fast third, and Zest can't do anything about it. He went for a greedy 1-gate expand himself, so I'd really... The earlier third, I've started to do that in some of the matches that I play, and I feel like it does pretty well. You have to delay your queens, and you have to delay your speed a little bit, but getting this third base up fast, getting the extra larva production, it just feels nicer. It feels like I have more access to more larva faster. Maybe that's because my injects aren't on point. That's entirely possible. But, you know, I guess for Dark they are, so, why does he do it? Maybe same reason, just less of an effect. Entirely possible. So we do have an Oracle on the follow-up after said Void Ray, or Chad Ray, as some people prefer to call them. It's going to easily burn down Terry here. Terry didn't do nothing. Terry, he didn't leave, that's for sure. He certainly didn't get out of there when he had time to do so. Not that he was going to run far enough away that the Void Ray wasn't going to find him. And here's our traditional, taking a pretty greedy third base with a Void Ray and an Adept defending, and that is it. Now, this is something that some Zerg players like Raynor like to do, where they'll make about 10 to 15 lings and go try to cancel that third base. Because, again, it is greedy, and there's not really enough to stop that. But at this point, nah, just droning up. 9 drones at a time here from Dark. He is getting himself another queen. Spores are on the way at about 4 minutes. Just that's the Oracle timing here. 3.5 is to be safe, but apparently Dark felt safe enough not, to not get them until now. I don't know how he wasn't watching this. He doesn't know it's a Void Ray first. Oh yeah, see Oracle cruising around trying to get stuff done. We're gonna name this Oracle. We're gonna name it. Oh no! Crap, ran out of names. Come on, post something. Think. Oh, I know, a meta name. So this is meta name the Oracle. Joseph Atwell, maybe. He's come up with a bajillion Reaper and Oracle names for me, and they're always so good. This time the creativity well was a bit dry, which is entirely fair. And Resonating Glaives is coming up here from Zest. Everybody who's a creative person and consistently outputs creative content is going to run out of creativity at some point and then have to recharge. It's the nature of the beast. Creativity is not easy to consistently put out day after day after day after day for years and years. It's just not okay. This is more reactionary, right? What I'm doing is I'm casting, and yeah, I put my own spin on it. I give my own analysis of things, but I am telling you what's happening already. I'm not coming up with new creative content out of completely, or, you know, sort of completely whole cloth, right? That's a difference. And that's a reason that I do this instead of creative content, because creative content actually saps. I mean, I did write a book. I wrote a book back as part of NaNoWriMo. Did he cancel that upgrade? No, it finished. As part of NaNoWriMo in 2015, 2014, I think. And if you want it, I can put a link to it in the description here, or just respond to you directly. But yeah, NaNoWriMo, it was like 80,000 words in 30 days or something like that. It was so much. And I liked it a lot, but man, it did take a lot out of me. Alright, so basically going to defend this here Resonating Glaive Adept play. Not necessarily an all-in, but it is a play. With Mass Queens and some Roaches. And also, oh, the Adept shaded over here and killed 8 drones. Okay, that was a really nice shade, actually. Yeah, these Adepts are doing so... Oh, 10 drones. Putting in some work right now. And then they shade over this way, where the Void Ray is, and maybe kill a Creep Tumor if they feel like it's possible. This Adept shade... Okay, gets blocked off. The Evolution Chamber's here to make sure it's not easy to get in there with your Adept shades. They may be ghosts, and they may be able to phase through people, but not buildings. That is the weakness here. Alright, man. Pathogen Glands at 640 for Dark. Holy smokes, he's going fast. With Pathogen Glands, it's a Roach Ravager Infestor style play. Maybe with a Queen Walk? Man, I don't know about that. This is a pretty big map for Queen walking. These queens are made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. Oh, that's a finished transfer, isn't it? Oh, it was close! Thought about it. Didn't want to get trapped in here, though. Because that would have been a trap, for sure. Haha. I mean, trap's not in this game. Zest is, but you know. You know what I mean. So, third base has not really been bothered here. Dark's been very defensive, very droning up, getting a 4th base now. Definitely feeling like he wants to get up to a massive worker count. Get these infestors out, obviously, fast, but it's carrier production it's begun from Zest, and he's working on Flux Veins, too, on the Fleet Beacons. So going to be maybe some Void Ray harass. We only have the 1, though. Usually we see Flux Veins and somebody has 4 to 5 to 6, maybe even 7 Void Rays. They're making use of the upgrade, but as it stands, no. I think he's just going to plan on making Void Rays later. He just wants them to have the speed upgrade for better maneuverability in the battles to come. Zest's 4th base is warping in now. 5th base location from Dark is probably down here in the bottom right, if I had to guess. And he's, man, just droning so hard. He's at 74 workers. Zest is at 80, though. So, I mean, Zest also probing extremely hard. Chrono boosting hard. Getting that worker count up. He needs that worker count and the 4 bases to support this Sky Toss style army he's going for. Now, some people hear Sky Toss and they think it's just carriers and Void Rays and Tempest. That's all you need. No, because all that stuff will die to a Mass Corruptor style play, especially with a little Queen support. What you also need are some Adepts. Sure, those are good. Also, High Templar, Immortals, Archons. If you have all of those pieces, you can pretty much handle anything the Zerg player can throw at you. It doesn't mean you're going to win the match, but you're going to do much better than if you only have carriers and Tempest and Void Rays. That ground component of this army is what really makes it tick for Protoss. And that's why Dark's going to need things like Infestors and Ultralisks, probably. And, you know, Roaches and Ravagers and all sorts of great stuff that way. He's working on +2 missile attack, getting Burrow and Neural Parasite. So maybe he's not planning on dealing with the carriers killing them, but he wants to Neural Parasite them and bring them over to his side, which is always very fun. Templar, yep, Templar Archives coming up. Told you, we need some High Templar. We've got the Charge on the way too. Love Charge. It's an upgrade you probably never want to skip if the game goes past 10 minutes, right? You want it. And then here's your Immortals. See, got the Immortals too. Those are for the Ultras mostly. And then the Storm is for Hydras and Roaches and Lings and stuff. And there's the Ultralisk Cavern to try to deal with this ground army. Yeah, I mean, all the pieces are coming together very nicely right now in just a harmonious style way. Adrenal glands. We didn't forget adrenal glands, did Dark. The Koreans don't forget about adrenal glands. Oh, depowers 4 warp gates for like, I don't know. How long does it take to build a pylon? Like 20 seconds? Sort of fun. Sort of a fun little snipe there from these roaches. And we're getting Vipers, and we're getting a Spire for Corruptors, and this has been a very casual match thus far. Not much has died, right? 3 Adepts, 13 Drones, 5 Roaches. It's just a handful of units thus far. Nobody's really done a super committed attack to this point. These Roaches are not doing a super committal attack to this point, but they want to kill that pylon again. Oh, maybe this warp gate. Okay. So these Roaches are on a suicide mission. They know they're not going home. They don't have recall. They don't have shade. They're just here to kill as many probes as they can. Maybe kill some of these zealots too. Shield battery overcharge. Gonna make these zealots a little bit tankier, but man, roaches do so well against them anyway. I don't think it really matters all that much. This is beautiful. Like, disgustingly great micro, honestly, from Dark. I cannot believe these roaches are alive right now. I say that, and an Immortal shows up and a Void Ray, and their numbers are definitely thinning out, but this is an incredibly successful roach run-by. For sure all the roaches died, but he needed that supply anyway. He's not going to come into battle with a ton of roaches. And 13 probes get killed, and the income tab looks like this. Wow, Dark. Doing all right. 10 Corruptors on the way. Chitinous Plating on the way. Greater Spire coming up here too. There was some kind of an attack back here that I totally missed. Probably a Zealot Warping if I had to guess. Any Warp Prisms die? Not really. That was a lot of fun. And then this door's open, so now the Lings come rolling in. They're trying to take down the shield batteries. You have to target fire shield batteries because Lings won't kill them automatically unless there's nothing else to kill. It's stupid. Stupid target prioritization. Oh, okay. Simulation successful on the Archon's feedback. Microbial Shroud is up. Whoa, Fungal. We got reds. We got greens everywhere. More Neural Parasite coming in on these Archons, helping to fight against the Immortals. They don't do super good against Immortals, but hey, they are thinning them out pretty effectively. Look at that. A couple Immortals do go down. And these Lings are murdering this base, though. On the other side, we have Adepts murdering a ton of drones. Over here, too, suddenly it is abject chaos all over the map. The carriers have to get out, but the Archons and the Immortals are still here. The Lings are going to try to fight this. Specifically try to fight the Immortals, not the Archons. The Archon trying to assist his buddies here. Can't save the Immortals, though. The Immortals are dead. The Archons are dead. 58 drones die, but an entire base for Zest has been wiped off the face of the map. The Adepts have gone into the main base. Now, see, this is the benefit of still having your Adepts after that first attack. If you just YOLO them in the first time around, they don't end up getting 50 kills for you later on when your main attack is absolutely distracting Dark. Holy smokes, that was an impressive play. Honestly, both players did super well there. 25 probes down, 71 drones got killed. 71. Okay, so we're at, the good news for Dark is he didn't lose any bases. He still has hatches, so he can replace the drone count pretty easily. He is, at 32, so maybe not as easily as I would want him to. He's working on 2-2 upgrades. Plus 3 air weapons is on the way. More lingy stuff, trying to work it out here. They're going to take down... Okay, so with Adrenal and plus 1 attack, they're going to take down the Cyber Core. And they did some whittling down on these warp gates, so that's pretty good. But keeping Zest on the other side of the map is really just going to be part of the whole equation here for Dark. While he tries to drone back up, he tries to replace his Infestors. Yeah, so I would say the Microbial Shroud worked. I don't think the carriers got as much done as they wanted to. But the big problem was that the Archons and the Immortals were not being directly countered by much. So even if you Neural Parasite a couple of them, the Archons spend a lot of their time trying to kill Immortals, which they don't kill very fast because they do bonus damage versus biological, and Immortals are not that. I like the Burrowed Ling here at this base. That's a lot of Zealot Archon, man. These Lings are not going to be able to do much there at all. So Dark does have a bottom right base, but he's barely droning it up now. He's officially on 6 bases, which sure, you'd think 6 bases is nice, but it's only at 45 workers, and this is what the income tab looks like. What a swing. An absolute great swing there for Zest, and a lot of it was the Adepts that were attacking other bases when Dark's full attention was on the Skytoss Immortal Archon army at his front door. Absolutely insane plays. And again, that's why if you're making Resonating Glaive Adepts, you don't suicide them in. You don't have them die for, 5 or 10 more drone kills. You keep them out and you use them later. They have a lot of utility. They have more utility than you might think. Anyway, High Templar are here. Storm is done. And we're starting to get that composition there. There's Immortals, Archons, Zealots, High Templar, Void Rays, and Carriers. This is the comp. This is what you want. And he's maxed out now, too, actually. Oh, Void Rays with Flux Veins and in the Speed Zone are super fast. Super fast, super fast, super fast. Bottom right base, is it in trouble? Does Zest know that it exists? He does now. He does now because he sees the creep. Unless it's just regular creep spread. This time, it looks... Oh, but he brought Archons along. I don't... Can he handle that? This bottom right base is toast. End of discussion. T-O-A-S-T. Toast. And this attack on the left side does get cleaned up by the Zerglings. There were enough of them. They do have the 2-2 and the Adrenal. And they can handle Zealots to a certain extent and even Archons to a certain extent. Look who's got more, though. Zest is just like, I've got 2,000 minerals in the bank and a lot of warp gates. So, all right, the Lings have to fight this. No, I don't like their position here, but, man, Adrenal really is a game changer. Look, more Zealots coming in. Just consistently warping in Zealots with the 2,000 mineral bank that is not going away. Oh, now it is with the production of 2 Immortals. But yeah, the bank is looking good. Zest has not tried to reclaim this 4th base at all. Or 3rd base, I guess this was. This is the 4th base down here. And that's the 5th. So once again, no bases die. Some drones get killed. Maybe, God, 76 drones killed is a massive number. Dark back at 61 workers, which is, remember, he was at like 70-something for a good long while there. Oh, these Banelings get discovered. Try to flee. Some of the Zerglings make it out. Lings checking around. Is there a base here I miss? Do I want to make some Banelings here? No, probably not. Let's check if this exists. And the Void Rays are just... They don't kill Lings quickly, but if there are enough of them, they can deal with a good number of Lings pretty fast. Pretty fast, if you have enough. Right, 1 or 2 Void Rays is going to kind of suck against 10 Lings, but 5 Void Rays can do pretty well against, 15 to 20. The ratio is better for them there. +3 attack on the way for both players. It is much closer for Zest, though, unsurprisingly. DT Blink coming in, too. Yeah, Zealots just don't scale as well as the upgrades continue to come in as the Lings do. Mostly because the Adrenal Glands upgrade is insanely good. Increase the attack speed. Well, the way StarCraft 2 puts it, it delays the time between attacks for Zerglings by like 1/3 of a second or something like that. Which, considering their attack speed is as fast as it is yeah, it's definitely something. Zealots don't want to fight against Ultras, with Kindness Plating especially. This little Zealot stuff that Zest is doing is really getting some work done. A lesser Zerg player would have definitely let Dark kind of sit back and re-drone up and rebuild to where he was, but Zest says no, I'm not going to let you make nothing but drones. I need you to build things like Lings and Ultras, so you don't get immediately back up to where you were. But that said, Dark is now back up to 69 workers, so that's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Zest's 3rd base is back and fully saturated. Maybe oversaturated by a tiny bit. But that's oversaturated too. Just got, yeah, 74 workers is too many for effectively 3 mining bases. And some idle probes up here too. So remember, if you have idle workers, don't stress. Zest does it too. Not that he has anywhere to put them, because again, every base is oversaturated, so... Whatevs. Hey, a warp gate goes down. That's a big deal. I do not know what's killing drones at all. Not even the tiniest of bits. Creep spread. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Keep that creep spread pushing. 3 Brewlords on the way. 6 Corruptors on the way. Place your bets now, everybody, in 19 minutes. Who's got this game? Honestly... kind of like Dark's 57 workers more than Zest's 74 probes. Sacking some probes here might not be a terrible idea. Might not be terrible. Void Ray! Snipe! Really attempted snipe. Transfuses and Queens. Trying to parasitic. Okay, parasitic bomb. I don't know if. Okay, these Void Rays are dead. But also, they get the hatch. Are you kidding? Insanely good stuff. Assimilation successful on the Archon, and he's dead. This DT is going to take down the bottom right hatch. Second time this hatch dies today. And Zest is just multi-pronged destroying stuff right now. He takes down 2 hatches in the span of about 10 seconds. His main army doesn't get a lot done, but because the side attacks were so successful, he feels pretty good about it, right? And he definitely should. There's still a DT here, though. This drone is probably dead. Maybe kill the drone? Guaranteed damage. Guaranteed kill. He blinks out, but can't save his own butt there. Not with the DT blink alone. Yeah, should have killed the drone. I think that would have delayed Dark a lot more. I guess he has some drones over here he could send, but still. Annoying. Annoying to lose that drone. Yep, Immortals. Archons. Right? We're seeing all of the ingredients here. High Templar carriers. The Void Ray count is only 2. So, if you could deal with the Archons, the Ultras are going to be okay. Prismatic alignment against Ultras is good. It's not this good. Not 2 Void Rays versus 4 Ultras. Kill stuff fast good. God, this base, though. Zest really doesn't want Dark to have this base, does he? No. No, he doesn't. More Broodlords coming up for the darkness. That's not what he goes by. He doesn't go by darkness. It's just dark. Thanks. Creep spread continues to push here. Void Ray is killing the creep. It's the circle of life. Come back through the speed zone. I want to see how fast you are. Not coming back through the speed zone at all. Incomplete. Okay, so fully upgraded Cracklings coming in. They don't go after the Nexus, you'll notice. Maybe they are. Oh my gosh, they're going to get it? DT's blinked in and saved this Nexus down to 150 HP. That was pretty good. Pretty good save there, DT bros. Changelings heading out. And yeah, Dark's got a decent bank. Zest is getting bigger, though. 4,000 minerals compared to only 2,000 minerals. But a bigger gas bank for Dark, which is actually bigger, like, super important. Because if you want to remax on something, you don't want to remax on straight minerals. I guess there are some situations where Zerg does remax entirely on just Lings, but probably not in this situation. And this bottom base is going to die again. So Dark has been futilely trying to hold on to the bottom right for some time here. And it's really, really not been working for him at all. And this left side base is going to die too, largely. Actually, it might live. Based on the parasitic bombs and the queen hits. And the Ultra's on the ground. And this base is defended by cannons and shield batteries now, so it's tougher. It's upgraded its defense to level 4, I believe. First mothership of the day on the way here from Zest. We'll see if that succeeds or not. And Zest coming through again. You cannot keep Dark alone. Gosh, these drones though. Okay, Immortal versus Ultralisk there. Another base goes down here. Okay, so how many hatches have we killed? 5. I think 1 has been canceled too by Zest, which is crazy. And look, he's just so casual about this. Just kills this bottom right base again. Kills this base. Harasses this base a bit. Never lets Dark get comfortable in any setting at all. 9 more drones on the way. Dark's back down to 49 drones. He's lost 91 drones. Can you lose 91 drones in a ZVP against Zest and win? I don't know. I don't know if you can. But yeah, this is just classic Zest, right? He's very good at early cheeses. But also in the late game, he's very good and more patient. Like, you'd think somebody who's a cannon rushing kind of cheesy kind of a player would be a little bit more aggressive in the late game. But again, he's just extremely patient. Just casually sniping bases, pulling back. He's not trying to ride that wave. Like, we've seen some players like Showtime or some players even like Trap who would kill this base and then keep rolling and try to kill this and then try to kill the main. And it's a gamble. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. And sometimes we've seen it work, and sometimes we have definitely seen it fail. And Zest is just not interested in that. Creep spread, continuing to push. Yeah, the more this game goes on, the more Dark's patient style seems like he's going to win with it. This top left base might die, but keep in mind, recall is a thing. Do you want to recall your army over there? Is recall available? The answer is no. Never mind. So no recall available. Kind of caught Zest on the other side of the map. Oh, he was killing Zerg bases, so it's not like he was doing nothing. But yeah, top left base dead. A lot of these probes are going to die, but Zest getting that probe count whittled down is probably just fine with him. Although he is hiding these ones. Oh, look at this Immortal. He doesn't know what to do against a million Broodlings. In fairness, who does? Who among us has an idea of what to do against a million Broodlings? These probes don't. Some of them might actually get out, though. Hold on. Oh my gosh, that's five. Five that have gotten away. So Dark's attempt to expand to the bottom right here has failed miserably consistently. Zest loses the top left, which is something of a bonus. And there's the recall. Army comes down to save this base. But that means that I think you can do it. Guys, you can get up there. No? No, not interested. Not interested. Let's just look at this bank. 4,600 minerals, 3,500 gas. Dark, 3,000 minerals, 5,300 gas. So not the worst. Not the worst bank, but not the best bank either. Warp Prism speed, more Void Rays coming in to try to counter the 10 Corruptors that exist right now. 3-3 coming on the way for the Broodlords and Corruptors too. So that's good upgrades, but guess who already has 3-2? Zest does, and he's working on +3 armor, and it's almost done. What is this group? Okay, random Ultra Baneling style attack. Not against that many Immortals. These Ultras don't want to do anything at all. Broodlords, very slow, pretty good siege units. Not the best siege units we've ever seen. But it's going to absolutely slowly whittle away at your warp gates all day. It's what Broodlords do. It's what they've always done. They don't kill stuff incredibly fast. Not as fast as fully upgraded Cracklings would. Maybe they are. They're doing pretty well with the same upgrades Cracklings have. They got +3 on that strike, right, for the Broodlord, and then +3 on the Broodlings once they're on the ground. That's how the upgrades are split up. So we're trying to buy some time here with Immortals, with a little bit of Fungal, with a little bit of Neural Parasite, and yeah, so maybe this is where Zest is like, okay, I gotta just roll this. I gotta see if I can keep this ball rolling down here, and I think he probably can. That said, Zest is going to lose his third base again, but this matters less to him than these right side bases do that are newer sources of income, and especially this bottom right, and once again, Zest pulls back. He's happy killing the natural, and then he's going to go home. That's all he has to do. Yeah, this is how you know it's getting a little bit dire for the Zerg player, is when they have like 6-lings running around instead of 20 trying to snipe down it. Do they not have detection? Oh, what a test. What a test that was. I'm going to burrow here, and if you have detection, you can kill me. Okay, we got it. The Observer comes in. Top left very quickly. Hello. Good spot there, Mr. Observer. Top left base, happily running here from Dark at the moment. Bit oversaturated on his gas. Fixes that by making a spine. DT's gonna... No! DT's gonna get... Oh, the spines can't reach back here. What a good use of DT Blink. Oh, but then he gets... Oh, no! He gets, tricked. He gets drawn in by the spines. The Ultras do not want to fight Void Rays. So they're gonna do their best to get out of here. But, man, Void Rays are fast. Get on the creep, guys. You have your speed upgrades, and you need the bonus you get from creep to go faster than the Void Ray does when they have their speed bonus. So this is suddenly kind of turning into a moderately epic game. Both players maxed out at 29 minutes. We're looking at pretty decent banks for both. I know I keep talking about Zest bank, but Dark's not doing poorly. Dark's at 3,600 minerals and 5,400 gas himself. Recall in the main! Alright. So he's decided the main base has got to die. Zest goes from super cautious to let's kill it, burn it down now. New source of income for Zest, bottom right, in a lot of trouble too. And the Broodlords decide to not try to base race the Protoss. Not generally a good idea. There's more damage output here. This army is also more mobile than the Broodlords are, so he needs to pull back to a defensive position. But having killed this bottom right base, that's a big deal because Zest is now down to 1 mining base. And this is it. And now Dark has the income advantage. He's got 38 workers, yeah, but Zest is only at 25. And again, this is the only source of income that he has right now. That's it. Everything else that he owns is toast. Where did he recall? The natural. Had to kill his own warp gate to get out. That's how tight that was. But I think Dark might have actually done it. That was maybe not the greatest choice from Zest. It really opened him up to losing his main source of income. And sure, Dark lost some tech that he has to replace. He's making a new hive. He's making a new spawning pool. But those are less of a blow to him than I think losing this source of income was to Zest. Also, Zergling's getting in this back door a little bit, where cannons can definitely hit them. All of them, in fact. And did he... Wait! How did he... Oh, I think he... Did he just walk? I think he just walked over here. Because he... Oh, no, he recalled. Okay. Bam! Second recall, baby! He's going to murder this relatively new source of income. But again, Dark's bigger sources of income are in the top left here. I think it's going to come down to a battle or two. And the ability to remax and then remax one more time. Or who can make that second replacement army? Oh, these corruptors. Free corruptors, not... No, okay, one free corruptor. Not ideal, not as bad as 2 free corruptors are. Feedbacks on the infestors. Fungal's getting tossed down, but Protoss just at this stage of the game just doesn't care all that much about fungals. Traditionally, man. Overlords come in to scout things out because these are cloaked units. Apparently Korean announcer, by the way, for Dark, and standard English, I think, for Zest. Oh, what the heck got this base? Void Rays, man. Menaces, and now Dark's gonna lose one of his only sources of income, bringing it to a one base scenario, and he almost was able to save that. That was extremely close, but again, it's a game of seconds sometimes. Army value 171 to 152. Dark is hurting, and Zest is back to patient mode. Just, you know, just casually killed your top left with 3 Void Rays. Don't mind me. You have one source of income remaining, but there's only a few mineral patches here. This base is not super happy either. Bottom right is not owned by anybody, which Dark knows. Man, this does feel epic taggy, doesn't it? I mean, we're looking at a pretty close game at 32 minutes, which does not happen a lot. Not even close to a lot. Are we going? All right, Dark's going for it, sort of. Parasitic Bomb getting tossed down on the Void Rays as well as he can. Microbial Shroud is up, trying to keep these queens alive. This Ultralisk is really accomplishing nothing right now, which is kind of terrible, actually. But storms all over everything. The Void Rays are not dying, and that's a problem. Corruptor Ball looks pretty healthy, though. And the Prismatic Alignment is up, which means I think the Corruptors can win this fight. I'm hearing them die, but they're also taking Void Rays with them. No, there are still Void Rays in here, though. Oh my gosh, it is so tight right now. The Queens are providing extra DPS against the Voids. Is there enough anti-air? The Broodlords have won the day on the ground, but there still needs to be enough to take down the air army. The Mothership's going to get killed. 3 more Void Rays on the way. 6 Corruptors coming in from Dark. So both players, actually another player using their full bank, which is a little bit confusing. They still both have a bunch of money remaining and supply. But I guess there's only 3 Stargates, and that's why we didn't make... Yeah, only 3 Stargates, fair enough. Okay, so that was a pretty intense battle. Both players, I think, had a chance to just outright win that thing, but as it stands, once the ground army is gone, there was enough air army left over from Dark to chase the army away from Zest. Is he doing... Nah, I can't do it again. You can't do it again. Prismatic Alignment is up. Wait for that to finish. Try to keep the Void Rays away from the hatchery until Prismatic Alignment is up, and then go hit them. Queen's in position. They kind of have to cover both of these bases, which is annoying. There's a weird hatch down here for Dark. I don't know. Does he need that for Larva? Maybe. He's got better game sense than I do. 154 to 91 total supply in favor of our Korean Zerg player. Wow, he just made 7 infestors with the rest of his bank. Oh, he believes in the infestor, doesn't he? And I think we've waited for prismatic alignment to come back around, almost. Almost. Not quite there yet, though, which means these Void Rays are fighting without it. Oh, the Neural Parasite on the carriers and the Void Rays. Dude, Neural Parasite. Are infestors going to win this game? We don't see infestors win ZVP a lot anymore. They used to be the most important unit in the Zerg arsenal versus both Terran and Protoss, and they've kind of fallen off from that lofty, lofty perch. I'm really surprised. Okay, Zest is trying to expand down here, but he can't because there is a Zergling. Dude, Burrow. Burrow is a good spell, too. I mean, it's not necessarily magic, the ability to dig a hole for yourself and live in it. But I think we'll count it as a spell within StarCraft anyway, yeah? Yeah. Changelings, scout things out, getting killed, it's the way of things. He has to spend some of his money on cannons to deal with this burrowed Ling. And I guess for base defense while you're at it, long distance mining happening here too. I mean, this is a sick game. I'm definitely epic tagging this. I don't care. I don't care how it ends. I don't care who comes out on top. A 35-minute ZVP that has come down to non-maxed out armies. And the main base of the Zerg is gone. He's in the top left, and that's where he lives right now. And the Protoss is desperately trying to expand to the bottom right at 36 minutes is pretty good. Changelings again trying to come out here. They don't have speed, so they're obviously imposters. It's not my favorite thing about Changelings. I feel like they should be a little bit harder to spot. Like, come on. We can expect professionals to be better than that. Oh my gosh. Is this it? Is this the Infestor hit squad that's going to try to catch Zest unawares? He does have an Observer, which is with the army. And it has speed, so it can keep up. Sometimes we have slow Observers. They can't necessarily keep up here, but this is interesting. Where did the Infestors go? Oh, the Infestors went back home. Goodbye, Infestors. We knew thee well. We hardly knew thee. Something, something. Slow siege again here from Dark at the 12 o'clock. Going to take down some of Zest's buildings. I mean, you're probably not going to kill all of them in this game, but maybe force Zest to respond to it. Losing the Cyber Core kind of sucks, I guess. A little bit. I mean, Zest has 133 minerals. He is not doing great economically. But he's happily mining from this bottom right. This is the newest source of income on the entire map. And therefore, it is good. But Dark's maxed out, man. I mean, sometimes it's just a numbers game. You'll look at this 198 to 132 and say, okay, is there a way for Zest to win this? Maybe. What has he got? He's got 3 High Templar, 17 Void Rays, 2 Carriers, and 2 Tempests. Does he have any Immortals? No. Does he have any Archons? No. That hurts too. But I think Zest knows he can't directly engage with Dark's army. So tell you what. Let's push up here. Let's kill some creep. Maybe push into the base if we feel good about it. And fully upgraded Cracklings, man. No shield batteries here either. And the Lings are going to win this fight. Is this going to force a recall? I don't even see. Is the recall not available? The recall is available. What's he doing? Maybe Zest is trying to save the recall, but he's going to lose. He just lost 14 probes. He's going to lose this Nexus. And sure, all these Lings are going to die. But that's a dead Nexus and 14 probes down. And your newest source of income is gone again. You're going to have to long distance mine from this position again, which you don't want to have to do. That's never a good experience. Poor Changelings. More Changelings keep coming in. When you have 9 Overseers, you're going to have a lot of Changelings to toss down. Dude, it's 7 more Infestors on the way from Dark. I have not seen this many Infestors made in a game in what feels like 5 years, honestly. Okay, maybe 2 years, 3 years. When did they get rid of the infested Terran? That was when people really stopped making Infestors, was that day. So we've lost 11 of them, and we have 25? Parasitic Bomb on the Void Rays, not getting split really all that much, but Shield Battery Overcharge gonna deal with that, I guess. Sure, why not? Yeah, we're gonna mine this base out. I mean, this map out, rather. This top left is gonna get mined out very soon. This base is not looking healthy either. 300, 100, 95, 80. What got... Oh, this Ultralisk. Oh, okay. So we have an extremely injured Ultralisk down here with 85 HP and 22 kills. You don't often see Ultras with, you know, that interesting of a ratio here. So, okay. Is Zest just dead? Oh, he feedbacks his own High Templar. That's massive. That's so big. He neural parasites the High Templar and feedbacks his own High Templar. Not something you see every day. And the Broodlord, just again, not engaging with the army. Just more interested in whittling away at some of these buildings that Zest has, backing him into a corner of sorts. Yeah, this is a great game. I mean, this is just nothing if not great. Already back up to 102 HP. HP regeneration, not bad. Okay, so he gets assimilation successful and then feedbacked. So has to get on out of there. Kind of sitting in range of this cannon a little bit, aren't you? Oh, but
your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Following the changelings. Tempest getting a couple shots off, pot shots here and there. Broodlord's exposed. I don't like them being out here alone like this. Zest could recall over here and wipe these Broodlords out pretty quickly. Yeah. So this is... He keeps feedbacking the High Templar, I think, with his multitude of 25 infestors. Zest is sick of it. Zest is going in, man. One final attack from Zest. Is it enough? Neural parasites on all of the things and a good game. Dark is your winner in 41 minutes and 28 seconds. Absolutely sick game, epic game. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, because I know that I certainly did. Wow. Yep, most infestors seen in a game cast by Falcon Paladin since like 2018, man. We're looking at what? 11 infestors died, but there were 25 at the end of the game. Were they all right here? Were they all just waiting? Yeah. They're all right here. And then when the army comes in, I think he just neural parasites every one of these void rays. I guess some feedbacks go down. Oh yeah, I mean, this is it. He sees the assimilation successful coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, like 8, 9 of these void rays are assimilated. They're assimilated. For infestors to be the winning blow in the game too is something I've not seen in a very long time either. Absolutely super duper mega ultra impressive, stupidly impressive match there from Dark. Man, what a great game there by Dark. Definitely epic tagging this one. That is just a ton of fun. So yeah, Protoss fans probably not super happy about this, but had his chance, had a bigger bank, had better income. Dark was down to what, 30 workers at some point, which he is now, but at a time when it didn't make as much sense. And then Zest was doing great, but he's down to 12 now. How many Nexus? 10 hatcheries died, at least 2 more canceled. A hive went down, 8 Nexuses died, 16 warp gates, 99 probes, and 104 drones. So Dark did a pretty good job of keeping his drones alive after losing about 90 of them. He didn't lose much more after that, which is a sort of a big deal. But yeah, Ultralisks, Corruptors, Infestors, Vipers, all of these are super important. Zest on the other side, the Void Rays, the High Templar, the Archons, the Immortals. And once one of those ingredients is missing, it is very difficult to win. So GG. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Again, check me out on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for supporting directly. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.